Welcome back to Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra. This is WilNF, and this will probably be our final episode here. So last time wasn't a very super interesting episode. All I did was go around and collect the hologram keycards. Hologram sequencing cards. I keep calling them key cards. Sequencing cards we need for endgame. And we sort of prepared ourselves for getting to the final area. Now, we're going to do some buffing here, and then we're going to head straight to the pyramid. And that will be, hopefully we can finish the pyramid this episode. We might have a little bit of difficulty, but overall I think we'll be able to get through it in this episode. I don't remember where exactly are we. 6:28 a.m. Can probably get through it. Hold on. Do you have any inventory to sell here? Probably not. I think we equipped everything last time. Also, what we want to do once we encounter the... Actually, I don't even know if it matters if things are in your inventory or not when you get eradicated. I don't know if it's just the stuff you have equipped that gets broken or everything. So I was thinking of unequipping like our expensive stuff once we meet the Terminators, because weapons and like armor that increases AC are useless against them. They do pure energy damage. Okay. So I guess what we can do is... Let me think here. Okay. Let's just try going for it. It's still early in the day, so I think we can do all our rounds in a good amount of time. Actually, we can use the jumping tactic to sort of, like you can see here, it's 7:27 a.m. and it's still 7:27 a.m. That's another exploit if you don't want to pass time. Okay, so strength. We don't really need strength, but your speed, that would be useful. Speed here. It's very useful if we want to move before the Terminators do. No, you can't jump on water. Okay. But we can jump onto that little island there. I don't even know if that'd be considered an island. It's extremely useful. Okay, fine. I don't really care about personality here. Let's wizard eye. Let's see where we are. Okay. Don't really care about personality, but we can raise our intelligence. We need as many spell points on our arcane casters as we can get, because we'll be casting Implosion over and over, and it costs 100 spell points each time, so it's definitely... Okay, so let's... Actually, I'm gonna pause here, because this is gonna take several minutes of just clicking yes, 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 yes. So I'll come back once I've buffed. All I'm gonna do is buff our spell points, our HP, which is another fountain like a couple steps away from here, and I'm going to give all our buffs to everyone. Power shield. Back here, I got everyone. So this hut here gives you plus 100 spell points, and it can go over your maximum, up to 100 over. And I boosted our HP. We should have very copious amounts of HP, almost 2,000. We got a boost to our level with one of the wells, or the fountains, and our SP is huge. One thing I did notice, which I mentioned in another episode, is that if you go over 250, because we got the well that boosts intelligence, if you go over 250, you will go, here we're awe-inspiring, but I had to actually remove my wisdom gauntlets, because if I equip them, you will see we're at 263, but if you look, intellect very low. So we've rolled over back into, and you'll see our SP maximum 355 here. So that's something to watch out for endgame. If your stats go over 250, you roll over back, and that's especially dangerous for endurance, because you can go back to like 200 hit points, which enemies can easily one-shot you endgame with just 200 hit points. So I have to actually take off stat boosts. And here you'll see 1704. So that's a huge boost going from, you know, like low-level stats to high-level stats. It's stats in this game are very, you want to get your stats up. So it's midday now, and we're just about ready to go to, I think we want to go to, okay, I'm going to save here first. So we're going to Lloyd's Beacon, return, we're going to get resistance buffs here. Yeah, so I also did cast Heroism and Cleric's Boost on my fighters, which probably won't even matter at this point, but I've power shielded everyone as well. I casted Protection from Elements, all the elements. I don't think we really need them. I know there's traps, but I don't know what sort of, it might be energy damage from the traps. But this is the one we need here. This gives you resistance to everything, including energy and magic, which is extremely beneficial for us. Here, we're gonna have to take a hit here. We might have resisted all that damage, I don't know. But, even if it did do damage, it's probably just pitiful. 10 damage or something. So we wanna... Nothing happens. So either we already had these buffs here, or... Hold on. Yeah, we must have already had the buffs from these. So I'm gonna save here. I'm actually gonna save state as well, just in case. There we go. So now we're ready for the Island of Fire Pyramid. What day of the week is it? Tuesday. I'm actually gonna check. Okay, yeah. I keep thinking we come in the... When you teleport here, you come in the other way, but when you come in the front door is different than the... Let's see. Nothing happens, okay. Let's see, maybe he has some loot that can give us energy resistance. The last Hail Mary to find energy resistance. Steel, platinum, quartz orb, gold belt, nothing. Raising the dead. nothing we really need there. So I guess let's go. I remember vaguely where the pyramid is, so we might need to search a little bit. I'm gonna save again. Actually, I'm gonna check if we resist the damage from the lava here. Okay. The club bar has 1887, 1679. Yeah, we're resisting all this damage, so we can walk right through the fire. We're just so buffed up. I think the pyramid is just over this way. I think it's actually right here, one step ahead of us. Let's save here again. Another save state. And oh, we could do Lloyd's Beacon here or not, I don't remember. Ancient pyramid of roughly hewn stone. Enter. Now hopefully we don't face off with Terminators right away. No, but there's major demons here, which shouldn't pose a problem to us at this point of the game. Oh, deadly agent. They use the same sprite as the major demons. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of the SNES version is sprites. There's a lot of reusing of sprites. In the DOS version, everything has its own sprite. So there's guys stuck in the walls. Okay. Okay, so there's no traps here, but there are Terminators behind these walls, which is very dangerous. Maybe I'll drop a Lloyd's Beacon here. Oh, you can't. Oh well, we have one at the shrine nearby anyway, so we're not that far from... actually, maybe I'll go back out and do a Lloyd's Beacon. Oh, I don't know why. Set. There we go. Okay. There, it's still daytime, so we've got time before our buffs run out. There's multiple paths here. I think I remember these paths have buffs and items, like level 5 items. I don't really care at this point, unless we find like items of energy resistance, but our chances of that are slim. Also, I just noticed on the right there, when text overflows off the interface, it stays on the screen. So you can see there's an L there from the Diabolical Maze, I believe. It's just there by the map on the right, an L. And that's gonna be stuck there until we restart the game. We'll like shut it off and turn it back on. Or maybe if we like die and restart or something, but yeah. So I'm not sure which way to, I think this way is to go to where we need to go. Try. I'll save again because hopefully we don't run into Terminators, and actually what I wanted to do is equip Shield of Implosions. Actually, I'll give I want to give a one-handed weapon to Clobar. I think. Yeah. Great. So we have high enough lock picking to pick these locks. This might actually be pretty quick here. Yeah, this is the way. Well, first I'm gonna read the lore for this area. So we're in the central control sector. Against Fordall the Mad, two armies came. On the one side, Sheltem for his sleepers fell like zombies into the wagon of Fordall's mind, robbing Sheltem of many secrets. On the other side, the ancients, filled with the indignant rage at the destruction of their underworld, together they fell like mountains on a fly. So we've already read that. I remember, but we must have been. Oh yeah, we were in a different part of the central control sector that doesn't connect to this part. See at the bottom there, we just went through a hallway. So this leads to the main control sector? Or what's it called? Forward storage sector. Driven insane by the teeming sleepers of Sheltem, Fordall caused great calamity on his passage through the underworld. Seeking solace at the feet of one of the shrines, here he sought to calm his troubled mind, but in the process capped the flow of the fabled. So this sounds familiar too. I think we need to just pass through this area. I don't think there's Terminators in this area, so maybe we'll just put on his weapon for now. There might be ED409s. Pretty sure this is the right way to go here. Only ever been in here once, like a few months ago. And it looks like there's a trap there, so we will jump. And there's just like electricity traps or energy traps or something. No enemies so far. It's just a hallway. Safe hallway, no Terminators. Oh my. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage to us. We could either realize and avoid the damage. How much I either realize I think is like 30. We can afford that. So basically when you either realize, you sort of fade out of the material world and phase back in. The air is filled with the smell of ether and the flickering of colored lights, like horrible lightning. Down the corridor to the left, two robed figures battle among the plasm of magic, so thick it hangs in the air like fog. It is Corak and Sheltem, locked in mortal combat among sparks of their supernatural clash. Sensing your presence, Corak looks away long enough to give Sheltem the chance to pass into a nearby transport tube. Cursing under his breath, Corak beckons you to follow before disappearing into the same transport tube. I don't want to save inside here. Well, so every time you step on this square is the same. So actually, this was quicker than I thought. We didn't even encounter any Terminators. This is because the ending is right here. All you have to do is go in that tube. I'm actually gonna fight a Terminator just to show you what it's like. Uh-oh. Is that a Terminator? I think so. Iron Wizard, okay. No problem. I was gonna say, they're not really damaging us. Maybe we're resisting. Okay. Oh, there's some over here. There might be one around the corner there, actually. That might also be an ED409. Let's see. Okay, it's an ED409. So you get the easy Iron Wizards, the intermediate ED409s. The Terminators are a little bit further in. I'm actually a bit afraid. I'm gonna explore a bit because we're only at 20 minutes here, and oh, let's habit to save. I shouldn't have saved. Part of my rules is don't save. Oh, it's hard to pick. Don't save in dungeons and the like. Alrighty, well, I'll bash her down. Uh-oh. Okay, Iron Wizard. Might be one of each in here, maybe? I hope not. Okay, just Iron Wizards, just Iron Wizards. I know there's a lot of strange things in here that I don't know what they do. Okay, no Terminators yet. What is this thing? Escape pod activated. Identified as firstborn. Escape pod activated. Identified as second son. Intruder infiltration code red initiated. Uh-oh. Hope that didn't summon Terminators. So I don't know. I know, so one thing, I know you need the hologram sequencing cards, but I'm not really sure what to do with them. Last time I beat the game, I didn't use them for anything. I don't know if they're just needed in your inventory to activate the things here or not. These heads to activate the transport tube or something. Escape pod identified as firstborn, a second son. So 3 heads. I don't know if we need to activate any more heads, or that goes back there. I want to fight at least one Terminator. Okay, well, here goes nothing. I don't know what that is, but we will avoid any ranged attacks. ED49. That might be a Terminator, maybe. No, not yet. There's also like gears and cranks around here. Sign next to the lever reads primary phaser batteries. Pull the lever. Uh-oh. Okay, just ED409. There's also like a dragon statue here, but if you read the description, monstrous statue of dark crystalline material, step closer. Barely visible through the glassy exterior of the statue, lights wink and small mechanisms move and pulsate. So I'm gonna take it step by step here. I know there's just beyond this corner there are... That's a Terminator. There we go. Okay, so I forgot the Terminators in this game are like floating orbs. So we're gonna put this shield back on him. He's gonna move first, hopefully before the Terminator. And he can, hopefully the Shield of Implosions will kill it. I'm actually gonna look up the Terminator stats here. Okay, so they have 1,000 hit points, 100 armor class. So they attack once per round. They do 232 d4s of damage. So they could do up to 928 damage per round. So we have a lot of resistance. So it's very hard to resist these guys. If they get bad rolls, you can probably resist them, but it's very hard to resist. They have a chance to eradicate anybody they deal damage to. But they give a crap ton of experience, 3 million, so each of these is basically a level up. And they're fully resistant against everything except energy and magic damage. So yeah, basically your weapons are useless against these guys. Let's try one. Okay, he didn't eradicate us, but... or kill him. Actually, our archer's the fastest in the party, so... we're just gonna be slamming this guy with, wait, do you not have implosion? You don't have I didn't buy implosion for this guy? Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Oh my goodness. What a stupid... I just assumed he had... that's dumb. We can't even damage this guy. Well, suppose we can do energy blasts. But this guy's gonna use his shield of implosions. Hopefully it will... yes! So they have a chance to resist implosion. I think implosion does 1,000 points of damage, which can kill them, but they have a chance to resist. Or I don't understand the damage from implosion. It's supposed to do like a set amount of damage, but it doesn't always do that. Okay, so I need to heal our sorcerer here. Couple of power cures. Wait, where's power cure? Oh, there it is. 132, it's crazy. Yeah. And he took so much damage that power cure still left him unconscious. Yes, he's still minus 704. So this guy had like 1600 HP, and the Terminator hit him and did 1600, like at least 2500 damage on this guy, probably almost 3000, which I don't understand because it says 232 d4 damage. So we're not going to be able to power cure this guy back to health, I don't think. We're going to run out of spell points before we... yeah, this guy's gone. Should we fight another? I think I'll indulge you guys. Let's... okay, what's back here? Okay, no Terminators. Okay, I spoke too soon. Actually, these guys have 200 speed, so they move before anyone in our party, and we're eradicated. So, 2 people that can cast Implosion are down. So it's just up to you, I guess. Actually, I'd rather have our characters die from the damage, because when you raise dead, it brings you back to 1 HP. Yeah, I mean, we can always zip zoom out and zip zoom back to heal our eradicated member. And remember, we have like, we're resisting like a massive amount of damage here as well. And these things are still one-shotting our characters. And we're like level 80, which is like more than you need to finish the game. So I mean, just these Terminators are just ruthless. Like they're made so that when you get here, it's still gonna give you a difficult time. Okay, so we want implosion, and hopefully it will take care. It did not. So unfortunately, we're going to take another round of damage from this thing. Maybe if I'm lucky, we can take it out with pain. I doubt it. And we're down to one person that can damage this thing now. And that was ineffective. If our sorcerer goes down, we're... Oh, he resisted a lot of that damage. That's good. If our sorcerer goes down, we're dead. Fingers crossed. Yes. So we might have to zip zoom on here. Okay, no more Terminators. Torpedo launch control. Pull the lever. No. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Hopefully there's nothing following us behind us. So we can't handle another Terminator right now. You can see we fought 2 Terminators and we've almost wiped. And, like, we're, like, way more powerful than we need to be in this game. I'm just gonna go. I mean, we have dead characters with us, but whatever. The transport tube gives no indication of its destination. Enter the tube. Are you all ready? I've put in, like 40 hours into this game, 45 hours to get to this point. We're just carrying around a bunch of bones with us. Oh yeah, the initialization sequence. It's 6, 4, 3, 1, I believe? Basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 backwards with the... some of the numbers switched up. And here we are. Tout fini. We're done. The grand experiment of the ancients, to use the technology of elemental manipulation to create a completely viable ecological and social microcosm. The microcosm was then to be transported to a distant biosphere, Terra, to supplant its indigenous ecosystem. The need was acknowledged for a central controlling unit capable of compensating for unexpected anomalies. Sheltem was created to be the overlord and guardian of Terra, the supreme law. His conditioning was flawed. Seeing himself as the guardian of Terra, not of the ancients' colonization experiment, he rebelled against the invading army, in quotations, that was to be sent to, in quotations, his world. Sheltem was contained but later escaped, determined to undermine the grand experiment. Learning from their earlier failure with Sheltem, the ancients created a new guardian named Corak. With his conditioning properly completed, the grand experiment was launched on its journey through the void. Corak's first duty was to eliminate the threat of Sheltem, and assume the role of guardian and overlord of the Terra colonization. Unable to stop the colonization of Terra, Sheltem has succeeded in disturbing the balance between the 3 alignments of men. A balance Corak must work to regain upon... I think it's a typo there. Is that an M? It is. It's a typo. Upon his return to Terra. Come on, QA. However, Sheltem sees this as only a minor compensation and has compensation, or do they mean like barrier, and has set out to extract revenge by sabotaging other experiments the ancients have scattered throughout the void. 2 escape castles have disembarked from this vessel, the first occupied by Sheltem, the second by Corak. At Corak's request, a third has been prepared to follow their course for a rendezvous at whatever world Sheltem seeks to extract his revenge upon. Having proven yourself as an ultimate adventurer, Corak and the Ancients ask your help in the adventures yet to come. There we go. Here's the outro cutscene. Your final score is... Hold on, let me parse this for a second. 438,669,456. So you can go into the billions here. Okay. And that's it. And that's it. So if you watched my Might and Magic 4 playthrough, you see Corak chasing Sheltem to another world, the world of Zine, the land of Zine, where you actually... Is it Sheltem you fight? No, it's not Sheltem you fight. But you have the orb, and you find Corak's orb that he sends out for help because Sheltem is taking Corak's allies from him, and Sheltem is gaining power, and Corak is losing power, so he enlists the help of adventurers, and that's where you come in. Might and Magic 5 actually, Land of Zine. So that's it. Unfortunately, we can't teleport. We can we use Load's Beacon in here? Oh, you can't. Can we teleport out? Let's see. Now, there's other things in here that you can activate. There's mechanisms and stuff, and I don't know what they do. I don't know if there's like optional stuff you can do, like arm the phaser cannons and shoot the pod. Maybe there's different endings. I don't know. I don't really know. Here, maybe we can town portal out of here. No, we can't. So I'm just gonna manually walk out of here, I guess. Might not be able to leave. Yeah, we can still leave actually. See, who has more might? 83, 88. Suppose we'll keep our... Okay then. Having a bad time here. Try 2 more times, and then if not, I'll resurrect. Okay, so he has, in his inventory, he has a thing of resurrection. So your age is 24. I want to see if it ages you by using an item. Okay. Oh wait. Is that a bug? Endurance 1? That can't be right. Wait. When you resurrect someone, it brings your endurance to 1? No, I don't think I've ever had that before. Maybe that's a bug. Is minus 1168. Wait, what's going on here? I mean, it sort of makes sense that it's a dear price to pay for a resurrection, but I don't think I've ever seen in the manual state anything that it brings your endurance to 1. Let's just try continue bashing this. Yeah, we're stuck in here now. This sucks. Huh. Alrighty then. Actually, do you have an item that boosts your strength? No, you don't. I mean, could do that. Let's see, what's your endurance at? Still 1. I think that's a bug. I was gonna get out of here and save, but at this rate, and we can't really reload to see if it was in fact a bug. Hold on. I'm gonna look up quickly online to see if this is like a bug or Okay, so yes, apparently it is a bug. It's supposed to decrease your endurance by 1, but instead it lowers endurance to 1. So what I'm going to do is actually, since we encounter like a really sort of game-breaking bug, I'm going to reload. Hold on. Reload save game, yeah. I want to do the ending sequence and then I want to check our... Where are we? Here. Yeah, so when you reload the game, it makes you pay your hireling. That's another bug. Wait. We also lost all our buffs. What? Oh my goodness, this game is ridiculous. This is stupid. What a retarded game. Sorry, I know I just finished the game and I'm calling it retarded, but man, we're just seeing layers and layers of bugs on top of bugs. We're just gonna... Okay... I want to get out of here and, well, first thing I want to do is check our awards, see if anything, and we get an award for that. No? Skills? No. I guess maybe we'll just end it here. Yeah, this game is really, like here, I found a web page that lists all the bugs in the game. I'll give a quick summary of them. Many character portraits have wrong race, and a couple cases the wrong gender. I've seen that too. When moving the party on a 3D view, there's a noticeable delay between input and movement. Well, yeah, that's probably just a limitation. The SNES. The maximum party size has been reduced to 6, making hirelings pointless. For the most part, yes. It's not really a bug, it's a design choice. One tavern tip still says the party of 6 characters and 2 hireling is optimal. That's a bug, as the in-game information and the gameplay doesn't correlate. Inventory management is torture. Yes, it is. You sort of get muscle memory of how to do it quickly after playing for many hours, but the option to trade an item is buried behind a discard option. If you want to give an item to another character, you must first select discard, saying that you do not want to permanently discard the item. And then since you need to hit discard to trade an item, you cannot trade key items. And that's true. Once you pick up a hologram card or a blue priority pass card or a key or anything like that, you can't. It minimizes your inventory space for good. Sometimes a character will lose 65,536 experience points because the game literally forgets to carry the one. Yeah, that's a back-end calculation. Power Cure never heals more than 255 HP no matter how high your level is, and the cost keeps going up. That's a bug. Half for me is also bugged. We don't use that. Magic Clouds. Forgot the name already. Are supposed to drain all of your SP if you fail your save. Instead, it only drains you down to the next multiple of 256. I've never encountered that. Stats loop from 255 up to 0. Yes. That's true. Speaking of stats, the only way to raise personality are through items and temporary buffs. Anything that's supposed to raise personality raises intellect instead. Yes. But what I've done with this version is I've introduced a... I don't know if you want to call it a mod or a hack, but it's a extra file that fixes that bug, the personality bug. Yeah. It's difficult to read the green numbers on the quick reference chart. Not in my case. Speaking of which, the quick reference chart isn't very quick. Yeah. It's fade to black, and you gotta wait for it to load, and then fade to black. You can walk on the mountains in the Isles of Fire and shoot enemies from safety in the mountains, which you'll need to do because protection from elements does not protect against elemental traps or lava floors. Really? Spell effects are all mixed up, so it's difficult to tell what element the monsters are using to attack you. That's true. Like what it shows that you're being attacked with is doesn't correlate with sort of the elemental damage you take. Raise Dead spell is supposed to lower endurance by 1, instead it lowers endurance to 1. Yep. We just found that one out. All the dungeon wall messages have been removed, yes. All the hints that are for some of the riddles in the game are gone. Yeah. So that's some of the bugs. He doesn't mention the combat bugs, like unable to hit parties of 3 with AoE spells and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's Might and Magic Isles of Terra. That's the game here. I've played through from start to finish without using any exploits or save scumming. I think we save scum. I let myself save scum one point in the game when you get level 5 items. I told myself if I get ridiculous items like a katana of a genius katana or something like that, which is useless in the game, that I could restart, because the only people that can use katana are Paladin and Knight, and they can't. Genius gives intellect, and they can't benefit from intellect, so that's a useless item. Yeah. But yeah, this has been Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra. This game I've loved. It's probably my favorite game of all time. Lately I've been playing it way too much, so I'm getting a bit tired of it, but yeah, I think this game is excellent. I recommend. There's a lot of stuff I didn't do, some optional stuff in this game. There's a lot of other places to visit and stuff to do, so if you like the playthrough, I recommend you play through it and explore everywhere, and you'll find stuff that I didn't show in my playthrough. Like we didn't explore all the frozen isles, we didn't explore all the desert islands, we didn't explore the Island of Fire, we didn't explore these oceans. You can walk on water in this game, and there's stuff you can find in the oceans, surprises, good and bad. Didn't visit the Fountain of Youth, we didn't do a lot of the side quests, we didn't get the Horn of Icarus, I think it's called. We didn't get any Seashells of Serenity, we didn't go to Castle Blackwind or Greywind. Like, there's loads more hours of gameplay in this game. And you can just, there's infinite leveling in this game. Maybe at 255 or 250 you might encounter some bugs where like stuff rolls over. I don't know. I've never gone that high, and I don't think anyone has reached maybe one or maybe nobody has ever reached that high of a level. Plus, it gets prohibitively expensive to level up at higher levels. There's not enough money in the game to level you up past, like, I don't know, maybe like level 150. But yeah, there's a lot more Terminators to fight if that's your thing. Yeah. There's Dragon Cavern, there's Cursed Gold Cavern. Yeah. But, yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do next here. I might jump on Might and Magic 5. Maybe I'll actually play that tonight. I've been wanting to play the Might and Magic 5 for a while. I remember some of the dungeons and stuff, but I did never beat the game. I got stuck. There's a place where that drains all your spell points, and you fight an enemy highly resistant to physical damage, so you can't hurt them with magic because all magic is blocked in that area, and they're very powerful enemies that hit for a lot, and their AC is so high that you can't hit them with physical attacks until you're very buffed. But maybe I'll do that, or maybe I'll just play a couple of one-offs like Elite Dangerous or Fragile Allegiance. I might just do like a 2-hour recording of those just to show you some gameplay in my favorite games. Elite Dangerous, it's a very realistic space exploring sim, and actually Starfield might have taken some inspiration from it as well. I mean, from what I've seen, the space combat has a little bit of inspiration from Elite Dangerous. Like in Elite Dangerous, you can shift around your power management, like you can boost your shields, your engines, your weapons. And you can do that in Starfield too. And sort of part of combat in Elite Dangerous is to use power management very strategically. Like if you want to run away, all power to engines. If you're doing tight turns, you need to put your power to engines so they get more effective. And if you're doing straight line fighting, you want your power to shield and weapons and all that. But yeah. And Fragile Allegiance is a 90s space mining simulation. It's a strategy game where you build up an empire by mining asteroids in encountering other alien races, some of them friendly, some of them neutral, some of them extremely vicious. And it has a very good economy system. You can trade with other species, and you know, it's you know, there's combat in there. You can build up an army if you want, and fight for asteroids and try to gain the resources from the asteroids. You can use missile combat. You can hire agents to do undercover sort of missions and sabotage the enemy. You can spy on the enemy. You can just do straight you know, fighting tactics, send ships there and blow up their stuff. You can use missiles, and you have anti-missile defense, you have anti-ship defense, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah. I might do a couple more else of those and then take a break from posting these playthroughs for now. I have 3 playthroughs of Oblivion. I have Might Magic 3 and Might Magic 4. And I also do a playthrough of NHL 94, but that's a short game to get the Stanley Cup. Yeah. Anyway, most of you will probably be have shut off this video already. This is probably boring for you, but I guess maybe my final tip of the day, if I don't do any more playthroughs. I don't know, I've given a lot of life tips already. Oh, actually, one I don't think I've given yet is the transition between being a kid and an adult. It's not really a tip, more like just sort of wisdom from my own experience, but when I was a teenager, I used to think like, oh, one day I'll be an adult, and you know, like the switch is gonna flip and I'm just gonna act and be an adult, and you know, I'm just gonna feel like an adult. And I kept waiting like 18, 19, 20, 21. I was like, you know, when am I gonna be an adult? But it's not, there's no switch that flips. It's just one day you sort of realize like, I'm adulting, and you're an adult, so I thought there was like a strict delineation between adult and kid, but it's not. You mature slowly over time. There's physiological changes which impact your mental state and your physiology, and your physiology impacts sort of how you feel, and you get more into sort of like adult activities and adult behaviors, because like when you're a kid you have balanced energy, you know, you can bounce back from injuries, and you know, you can drink and party and stay up late. And when you're an adult, you know, your physiological systems start to slow down and you have less testosterone, and so you just your mind changes. When you're young, you're sort of like a super processor, but as you're older, the processing speed slows down, but your connections strengthen. So you get more expert in things, but not as quick as you were when you were younger. Not as quick-minded, but more expert and strength in things. So you get better at doing certain things that you've sort of trained over your life. And it's sort of like you get more knowledgeable, like sort of like when you're young, you know, maybe you'll be in a hockey team, and then when you're older, you know, you can't really play hockey anymore because you're sore and you don't have the energy. But you become a coach, and you use your knowledge to coach those from the knowledge you've had of physically doing and experiencing the thing, to having that knowledge and trying to coach young people who are going through the experiences you've already had. Try to get them, point them in the right direction from learning from your own experiences. But it's sort of getting a bit tangential here. Sorry, I just sneezed. Hit the mute button. So yeah, I guess my knowledge here is there's no strict switch or delimitation between kids and adults. And a wise woman once told me that there's always a kid in every adult has a kid inside of them, but it's when to let the kid out to play and when to, you know, sit down and you know, focus and do your work and do what you have to do. That's the difference. When you get older, I guess when you're young, you sort of follow more your gut, your instincts, and your feelings. And you know, when you're a kid, you don't realize, like, I want this, but why can't the world be the way I want it to be? And you cry and you throw fits and like, oh, I want the ice cream, or I want you to buy me this, Mom. And it's like you're acting out in public, but you don't realize that's not really beneficial behavior and stuff. But when you're an adult, you realize that your emotions and what you feel doesn't really matter. You need to sort of put those aside and, you know, do things for the benefit of others and not just yourself, and do things for the benefit of your community and all that. People don't really care about how you're feeling, especially in the business world. And you know, if you're gonna write an academic essay, well, I feel like we should do this, you know, academics are gonna laugh at you. They're gonna read as soon as they I feel like we should do this. They're gonna just stop reading your your academic proposal or essay or whatever. You know, you have to. Anyway, it was sort of getting tangential, but yeah, that was my tip. Is, you know, you don't just become an adult. It's like the Swordy's paradox, where they say, like, you know, you add a grain of sand, it's not a heap. You add a grain of sand, it's not a heap. You add a grain of sand, it's still not a heap. If you keep adding a grain of sand to a non-heap, it's not going to be a heap. But at some point, it just becomes a heap, and you realize, like, it's a heap. But at what point did it become a heap of sand? So there's no real, like, way to say, like, oh, 100 grains of sand is a heap. You know, it's you just sort of, one day you realize you're just like, I'm an adult, I'm adulting, I'm doing adult things. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, that's it for this playthrough of Might and Magic 3. That's it for this episode. And hopefully you've followed through this and enjoyed it. I congratulate you for taking the interest to watch this retro game with all its flaws and that. Yeah. So anyway. You can watch any of my other content. I have glitch videos, I have other playthroughs, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Yeah, and stay tuned. I'll be putting out more stuff, but it might slow down. In September I start a new semester of schooling, so I'm gonna have to put 90% of my time and energy into that. Anyway, that's it. This is WilNF signing off.